You're a large corporate farm. An adjustment period may mean one thing. If you're a small to medium-sized family farmer, it may mean something completely separate of Chinese goods. The rate on Chinese goods coming into America from 104% now to 145%. All of that creating so much uncertainty. They did not see it coming, not this fast. Not all at once. For years, American farmers have lived under pressure, planting, harvesting, hauling, hoping. They watched the markets, watched the weather, watched the politicians. They waited for help. They adjusted. They adapted. But this week, the pressure turned into something else. Collapse. From Indiana to Washington, from Texas to Iowa. The warnings are now turning into headlines. Farmers are losing markets. Input costs are exploding. Labor shortages are threatening harvests. Trade deals are unraveling. And prices at the supermarket climbing again. This is not the story of one crop or one region. This is the unraveling of an entire supply chain from soil to shelf. And at every link in the chain, someone is now saying the same thing. We cannot keep doing this. Before we continue, hit that like button to help us beat the YouTube algorithm and to show your support. Let us start with the markets. Grain prices this week slipped again. Corn futures fell. Soybeans followed. Wheat struggled to stay flat. For farmers who rely on every dollar per bushel, these drops matter. They mean tighter margins, more red ink, another round of calls to the bank. But the price drop is only one part of the story, because even as prices fall, costs are rising. Urea fertilizer, once stable, is climbing again. The average price per ton rose over the past month. Liquid nitrogen solutions like UAN are up, and most other fertilizers holding high. Fuel costs are not helping. Crude oil is hovering near $60 per barrel. Diesel remains elevated. Interest rates are high. Equipment prices are up, and insurance do not even ask. Farmers are watching the balance sheets close in around them. Some are cutting acreage. Some are cancelling equipment orders. Some are walking away from the land. Bankruptcies are back, not just a few. Over the past year, family farm bankruptcies jumped by over 50%. And this year, it is already worse. One agriculture economist put it this way: the margins are gone, the safety nets are thin, the pressure is unsustainable. But the collapse is not just financial, it is political, it is logistical, it is global. Because while American farmers fight for survival, the markets they depend on are shifting or disappearing. Trade tensions with China are back in the spotlight, and this time it is not just soybeans. This week, an Indiana livestock breeder had a plane full of high V-value breeding pigs, carefully raised, meticulously selected, ready for export. The Chinese buyer pulled out. Why? Retaliatory tariffs announced without warning. The pigs worth over $2,000 each were offloaded, sold locally for a fraction of the value, slaughtered, lost. Years of development, years of relationship building gone in a headline. And while officials in Washington say the tariffs are negotiation tools, farmers are not buying it because for them, the result is the same. Orders carnelled, revenue lost, trust broken. The livestock breeder is not alone. From beef to genetics to grain, producers across the country are watching hard one markets vanish. And with every new tariff, foreign buyers are turning to someone else: Canada, Brazil, Australia. This week, the threat expanded. The White House signaled a possible 50% tariff on European goods. Farmers remember what happened last time. European retaliation often hits American agriculture: dairy, pork, even fruit. And with another round of tariffs looming, exporters are nervous, the phones are quiet, the contracts are thin, the uncertainty is growing. Before we continue, hit that subscribe button to show your support to the channel. And then there is labor. The workforce that picks, packs, milks, sorts, ships, it is vanishing. This week, lawmakers reintroduced a bill to modernize the farm labor system. It would expand visa programs, create a path to legal status for experienced farm workers, and help stabilize a workforce that has been crumbling for years. But it is not the first time. Similar bills have passed the House before, and each time they stalled in the Senate, caught in political games while fields go UNH harvested. Growers are not waiting. In Washington state, farmers say labor enforcement has become unpredictable. Immigration raids have left crews short, fields untouched, fruit unpicked. The risk is growing, the trust is eroding, and without labor, the system does not work. One orchard owner said it bluntly: "If we do not have people in the field, we do not have food on the table. Some are raising wages, offering housing, paying recruiters. But even then, the pool is shrinking and the visa system overloaded, delayed, incomplete. It is not just a problem, it is a crisis. And the fallout is moving from farm to consumer. At the checkout line, the pressure is already showing. Egg prices have finally dropped, down over 12% in April. But meat is heading the other way. Beef prices are now at an all-time high. Ground beef has reached nearly $6 per pound. Ranchers say the herd is at its lowest level in over 70 years. Feed is expensive, water is scarce, and rebuilding the supply will take years. In Texas, a rancher said the cost of a feeder steer has jumped from $1,500 to $2,400. And that cost is now showing up in every butcher shop, every grocery store, every dinner plate. A shopper in Fort Worth said it like this: "One steak, one potato. That is the new family dinner." And while produce prices are down slightly, the relief is uneven. In Britain, food prices are rising again, up 2.6% year over year. In Canada, grocery costs remain elevated, and in the United States, the average food bill is still up nearly 3% compared to last spring. The reasons are complex. Trade, labor, fuel, and weather all play a role. But for consumers, the outcome is simple. It costs more to eat. And with summer coming, prices are not expected to fall. The annual barbecue index, a measure of summer cookout costs, says the average grill up for 10 people will now cost over $100, the highest ever recorded. Tomatoes, chicken, ground beef, all climbing. And while some economists say food inflation is stabilizing, farmers know better because behind the shelf, the costs are still rising. And in the fields, the mood is shifting. In Utah, a new drought loan program has been activated. $2 million available for low-interest farm loans, no interest for 2 years, minimal rates after that. In Texas, lawmakers are pushing to expand state loans to young farmers up to $1 million, 2% interest, a way to stay afloat without federal help. In Arkansas, rural water grants are rolling out aimed at irrigation, drought resilience, survival. These state programs are small but vital because at the federal level, the picture is unclear. A new farm bill is in the works. Proposals include better crop insurance, stronger safety nets, but budget fights are slowing progress, and every week of delay means another farmer on the brink. The USDA has promised streamlined applications, faster aid, better access. But even the best policies take time to reach the gate, and time is what farmers do not have. Every season counts, every delay costs, every missing worker, every cancelled shipment, every surprise tariff cuts a little deeper. And for many, this year may be the last. This is not a story about politics. It is a story about reality, about the price of seed, about the cost of fuel, about the weight of risk. It is about the food on every table and the hands that made it possible. And those hands, they are tired, they are worried, and they are waiting for someone to listen. Workers, they want to build our machines somewhere else. Fine, but they will not bring them back here without paying dearly. It was red meat for the base, but it was also something else. It was a warning shot to Deere, to other manufacturers, to the market. Trump was drawing a line in the sand, and anyone who crossed it would pay a political price. But the company did not blink. There was no apology, no backpedaling. Deere issued a measured but clear response. The Mexico expansion would affect less than 5% of North American production. The core of its business, large tractors, harvesters, combines, would still be made in Iowa, Illinois, and other U.S. factories. They were not abandoning America. They were optimizing for the world. And then came the investor response. Wall Street held the line. After a brief dip, Deere's stock rebounded. Deere held firm it could set a precedent, a new line, one where business leaders make decisions based on data, not campaign threats. And so far, Deere is holding. Meanwhile, the company is not just thinking about where it builds. It is thinking about what it builds. The future of agriculture is not red, white, or green. It is electric. It is autonomous. It is smart. Deere's investment in automation is enormous. Its autonomous tractors are already working. U.S. fields with no drivers.